Welcome back to Afternoon Live. You know, you do anything for your pet, but rising costs at the vet can really put a strain on your family's budget. Here with advice on getting the help your pet needs without breaking the bank, we welcome back Veterinarian Dr. Cherice Roth. It's so nice to see you.
You too.
It's a good kind of reset for the new year to take evaluation of what our furry family members really need.
It's the perfect budget time too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's recovering from the holidays and looking at your bank account going,
Whoops.
what happened?
Make some healthy changes for the new year.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about just those regular checkups. I mean, it's a small investment now, right, that pays off in the future.
That is the perfect way to put it. When you spend that money on getting them vaccinated, keeping them on flea, tick, and heartworm prevention year round, getting them spayed and neutered, those costs are teeny tiny compared to what could happen if you're not preventing those illnesses.
And if you can buy those preventative things in bulk in larger numbers, there's often better discounts too. So
that's exactly right.
A little sticker shock sometimes.
The more of them you have around, like for the whole year, the better chance you're going to actually use them all year round.
That's so true.
Yep.
Okay, how about feeding and making sure we're just being consistent with not overdoing it?
Yeah, okay, so a lot of pets are really fat, Hannah. I'm just going to put that out there.
And
they're
it's not
fat.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault. But if you really start to think about it, if you're overfeeding, you're spending extra money. That could also be going to not just getting your pet obese, but actually setting them up for other illnesses and other injuries, like knee concerns, diabetes, all of those sorts of things are all associated with overfeeding. So paying attention to how much you're actually feeding your pet can not only save you money, but save you some heartache in the long run too.
Don't fall for those begging eyeballs at the dinner table. They don't need all the scraps.
They're so good at it, right?
They're so good.
Yeah.
That goes to the pet grandparents too. They need to help us. They need to support us. Okay, how about learning some basic grooming that you can do at home? That seems kind of intimidating.
It certainly can be. And choose the right pet to do this, right? If it's dangerous for you to trim your pet's nails, of course, don't do it. But if you can invest the time to learn how to do it safely with the right critters, you're saving money, right? Brushing their teeth at home, cleaning their ears, those sorts of things that are all rather routine. You're talking hundreds of dollars of savings just to not have somebody else do it for you.
Well, like you mentioned, even if you have a pet, maybe you know, I've got a very finicky Frenchie, I can't touch his ears. But I know if I take him to the right place, they can handle it, and those routine things will keep him from getting a nasty infection later
That's
on.
exactly right. And really when it comes down to it, you don't have to do everything.
Right.
Even if you're just brushing his teeth and not paying somebody else to do it, or trimming his nails and not paying somebody else to do it. And if you know, hey, I'm not going to mess with his ears, great, have somebody else do it.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
What about just basic bathing? I mean, how often does your typical dog need a full-on bath?
So it wildly varies. With the Frenchies, a lot of them have very sensitive skin allergies, those sorts of things. And so you may be looking at 2 to 3 times a month, especially if they're on medicated shampoos. But for like my dogs, as soon as we bathe them, they're going to go right back out in the mud and roll in goat poop. So we don't do it very often. I'll be really honest with you.
Okay. What about things like pet insurance or a pet health savings account? Those can seem kind of overwhelming if you're not sure where to begin. Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of pet insurance because what you don't want to have to do is make a very difficult decision about the health of your pet based on your finances. So I love companies like Trupanion, all of those sorts of guys. Really, you want to examine how do they reimburse? Do they pay the veterinarian directly, or are you going to be expected to kind of pony up and then they reimburse you? So that would be kind of the first step when I say, think about getting pet insurance, really look at how they pay. I love the ones that pay the veterinarian directly. It keeps the family from having to find those dollars to be reimbursed.
That's so nice. Well, and what about getting a new puppy or kitty versus an older pet? Are there options if you didn't begin at the beginning of their life?
Yeah, so if you have an older pet, don't get mad at me. Mine are not insured, but we do have a dedicated savings account specifically for them because as they get older, the premiums are going to keep going up because the insurance companies expect them to have something go wrong. And so that's where that insurance or that savings account that you can deposit in routinely, knowing that something at some point is going to happen.
Something is going to happen. Okay, what about community resources that you can utilize for pet care?
Yeah, so things like vaccine clinics, the humane societies, ASPCAs often have low-cost spay and neuter options. Now, I love veterinary clinics all over. I think it's wonderful, right? Those things are very important. However, if it's the difference between your pet getting zero care or some care, absolutely utilize those resources, and it helps keep everybody in the environment and the community safe and healthy.
That's true. Okay, and then what about training, making sure our young pets have what they need for all their behavioral needs?
Yeah, so I love this because, again, it's that ounce of prevention.
Yes.
If you can work them through those social anxieties, fear, aggression, all of those sorts of things very early on in life, it's a lot cheaper to fix those things then, rather than having a pet that needs to be sedated every time they go into the vet clinic, or may actually end up biting someone because they're fearful, which gets even more expensive, right? And may actually cost them their life. So really being very diligent, especially early on in life, and getting that training done and investing in it early is only going to help you spend less later.
Yeah, makes such a big difference for you and your family and the whole community, really.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. It's so nice
of course.
to see you.
Yeah, for
See
sure.
you soon. Okay, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.